Hello, I'm Mark Carney. I'm the Vice Chair and Head of Transition Investing at Brookfield Asset Management and also the UN Special Envoy on climate action.
Mark, if there was one key innovation opportunity for Canada to focus on for our future economy, what would that be? And how can our government leaders better support Canadian innovators in order to improve their chances of becoming a global leader within that space?
I'm going to focus in on that transition to net zero. And the reason I'm going to do that is, look, this is around a $2 trillion investment opportunity in Canada over the course of the next couple of decades. It's about $150 trillion investment opportunity around the world over the course of the next 25 years. Those are enormous. They sound like big numbers. They are absolutely enormous numbers. Now, in terms of governments, I've long advocated, and we're making some progress on this now, but I've long advocated that governments really do need to step up, not just with objectives. We're all for the net zero objectives and a time path to that, but very clear, deep decarbonization objectives along the way. So issues like the clean grid by 2035 in Canada, that's close enough that or as well, the end of internal combustion engine vehicle sales after in the 2030s. Clarity on the carbon price, I think, has been important as well. There will be issues with hydrogen fuel mandates and contract for differences for hydrogen as well. All of these deep decarbonization policies that are very clear, very simple, far enough in the future that you can do something about it as an innovator, but close enough that as an incumbent or company, you have to do something about it. So it creates the urgency, but also just enough time in order to act on it. I think those are essential from government. Second thing government has to do is really finish the job on having the information and the tools and the markets for the net zero financial system. We've been a bit slow in Canada on this. We've done a lot of consultation on it. The world's moving. We need to move. We need to move now. We've got, we know what to do. We just need to get on with it. And then in terms of, and the combination of those two is what creates the capital in place for the people who really do the work, who are the innovators. Just to go back to one other thing, Tim, to link it back together in terms of what government can do and what we should all recognize, we have this great network of connectivity, USMCA, so-called new NAFTA, the European trade deal, the TPP with Asia. We need to make sure that part of that and is a low carbon, that these are low carbon trading relationships, because Canada will be very well positioned for that as we move to a zero carbon grid over the course of the next decade, as we move to zero carbon ground transportation in the country. I was born in the Arctic. We know as Canadians that climate change is an existential threat to our way of life, to our livelihoods, to individuals. Now, turn that around. If you're part of the solution to an existential risk, to a huge problem, you're creating tremendous value, not just today, but for future generations of Canadians. To put numbers on this, it's a $2 trillion investment opportunity right here in Canada. It's a $150 trillion investment opportunity around the world. These are absolutely enormous commercial opportunities for Canadian innovators, and they come with preserving, reinforcing our way of life and Canada for future generations.